Have you ever looked back at your early parenting journey and realized you were trying to fix your child instead of truly seeing them? I talked to my friend, Sarah, whose son was diagnosed with autism, and she shared some amazing insights and profound regrets about how she navigated his diagnosis. She said her biggest mistake was believing it was her job to make him easier to manage in public, easier for his teachers. They invested their time and money for over 20 hours a week into therapies focused on compliance and mimicking normal behavior, like suppressing stimming and forcing eye contact. On the surface, she admits they looked like the proactive, good parents, but they were so focused on managing his outward behavior that they completely missed the point. Their biggest regret has nothing to do with the diagnosis itself, but with the painful realization that they were trying to change him to fit the world, rather than understand him. They were polishing the outside while his internal foundation was crumbling. Sarah's devastating realization that she was ignoring his true needs for those critical 5 years is her deepest regret. Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Three Koi Fishes channel. We are a team of parents with over 80 years of combined experience navigating the real challenges of raising kids. We personally research and vet material, sharing the most relevant insights based on our practical knowledge as parents. Today's topic is especially for parents who have recently received an autism diagnosis. As we heard from Sarah, her insights were a total turning point. The core lesson? Autism is a lifelong journey, and the needs your child has as a toddler are not the needs they will have in elementary school or as teenagers. We, as parents, must evolve right alongside them. We're covering 3 critical shifts that will help you move from simply managing symptoms to truly connecting with your child. If you're a new parent on this journey, please hit like on this video right now. It helps YouTube show this important message to other parents who need it. In the beginning, after the diagnosis, the focus often becomes laser sharp. My friend Sarah said it became an obsession. It was all about the things she could see and track: eye contact, responding to his name, using flashcards. Their life became a color-coded schedule of speech therapy, occupational therapy, and play-based interventions. One of the hardest parts was feeling like they were on a clock. Everyone talks about the critical window for intervention, which just piles on the pressure. Sarah truly believed that if they just did enough, early enough, they could correct the path her son was on. Her entire approach to parenting was built around fixing the symptoms she could see: the hand flapping, the tiptoe walking, the delayed speech. And while some early interventions are vital, she was so focused on the lack of spoken words that she was missing the 100 other ways he was already trying to talk to her. Her entire early journey was driven by one question: how can I help my child fit into the world? It took her years to realize that was the wrong question. The big shift happened when her son was about 7. The strategies that worked when he was 3 were now completely useless. The academic and social pressures of school were starting to pile up, and his anxiety was through the roof. After-school meltdowns became a regular thing, and they weren't because of one specific event, but from the sheer exhaustion of holding it together all day. She remembers one afternoon vividly. He came home, silent and rigid, and went straight to his room. She ran through her old mental checklist, trying to talk to him, offering snacks. Nothing. It was like hitting a wall. It was in that moment of feeling completely helpless that she realized she was using the toddler instruction manual for a school-aged kid. His needs hadn't just grown, they had fundamentally changed. He wasn't just a collection of symptoms anymore. He was a person with a rich, complex inner world. She realized the real problem wasn't just social cues or speech delays anymore. It was about anxiety, sensory overload, and the immense pressure to conform. That's when she understood her real journey of understanding was just beginning. The first thing Sarah wishes she'd known is that the most important autistic traits aren't the ones you can see. As a toddler, she worried about stimming. As he got older, the biggest challenge became autistic masking. Masking, or camouflaging, is the effort to hide autistic traits to fit in. It's forcing eye contact when it's painful. It's suppressing the urge to stim. It's trying to memorize social scripts like an actor. She used to get reports from school saying he had a great day, only to have him completely fall apart the second he walked through the door. This is often called after-school restraint collapse. It's a sign your child finally feels safe enough to let go of the stress from a day of performing. She used to see these meltdowns as a behavioral problem. Now, she understands they are the direct result of autistic burnout, physical and mental exhaustion from the crushing effort of masking. The long-term cost of chronic masking can be devastating, leading to anxiety and depression. So, what can we do? We have to shift our focus from correcting the behavior to understanding the need behind it. Instead of asking, "Why are you having a meltdown?" Try asking, "What can we do to help you recharge?" We must create a safe space at home where unmasking is encouraged. This means allowing stimmying, respecting their need for quiet time, and not forcing social interactions when their energy is depleted. Sarah and her son started using energy accounting to recognize his daily energy levels and prevent burnout. The goal isn't to stop the meltdowns, it's to reduce the need to mask so intensely that a meltdown is the only way out. The second thing Sarah wishes she knew is that a child's sensory profile isn't set in stone. It changes and can get much more intense over time. Early on, they focused on his hatred of loud noises or the seams in his socks. But as he got older, that complexity grew. Studies have even shown that the sensory patterns of autistic children tend to grow stronger over time. For example, when he was little, he was a sensory seeker, spinning, jumping. That need didn't go away in school. It got suppressed, exploding at home, looking like defiance. A mild sensitivity to light as a toddler can become a major trigger for overwhelm in a fluorescent classroom. The other huge piece is interoception, our internal sense of our bodies, like hunger, thirst, or bathroom need. Sarah used to be frustrated that he couldn't tell her he was hungry. Now she understands that for many autistic people, those internal signals can be faint, confusing, or overwhelming. The takeaway? Become a lifelong sensory detective. Don't assume the plan that worked last year will work this year. Work with your child to create a sensory diet, a routine of activities that helps them regulate their nervous system. This is shifting from reacting to overload to proactively building a sensory-friendly life through scheduled quiet time, weighted activities, and accessible noise-canceling tools. The most profound lesson Sarah learned is about communication. Her early goal was simple: get her son to talk. She wishes she had known that communication is so much more than spoken words. Autism can affect language in uneven ways. A child might have a massive vocabulary about their special interest, but struggle with simple back-and-forth conversation. They might also take language very literally, completely missing sarcasm. She used to get frustrated when a question was answered with a line from a movie. Now she knows that echolalia, the repetition of phrases, is a totally valid form of communication. It can be a way to process language, to agree, or to express an emotion tied to that phrase. She also learned to listen with her eyes. His stims, his body language, all of that is his language. The key here is to meet your child where they are. If your child is non-speaking, explore sign language or AAC devices. They can be life-changing. If your child speaks, learn their unique language and listen for the meaning behind the echolalia. Instead of pushing them into overwhelming social events, build connection through shared interests that feel safe. A family board game night or working on a project together can forge a much deeper connection than a crowded birthday party ever could. Real communication isn't about demanding a certain type of response. It's about learning the rhythm of a dance together. Looking back, Sarah says the parent she was in those early days was operating from a place of fear. She was scared of the future, scared of doing the wrong thing, and terrified of her child not fitting in. Today, that fear has mostly been replaced by curiosity and connection. The journey of parenting an autistic child isn't a sprint to some finish line called normalcy. It's a lifelong process of learning, adapting, and growing right alongside them. It's about being willing to change your own mind as they grow. That's how we move beyond just managing autism and start truly connecting with our amazing, unique children. If you're on this journey too, I'd love to hear one thing you've learned along the way in the comments below. Sharing our stories helps all of us feel a little less alone. Let's support each other, and please, consider subscribing to the Three Koi Fishes channel to help promote it and ensure this valuable, well-researched content reaches more parents just like you. Thank you for watching.